Oh, hi, I'm Leo Sunday, and this is Sunday on Sunday. Thanks so much for joining us for this episode 3. And today's episode, we're going to focus on our portable recording studio that we take to Nashville with us. And we're going to talk more about our Nashville trip that's upcoming on this month. We're scheduling beginning in September of 2024. Every month, we're taking aspiring and accomplished songwriters, Connecticut songwriters, to Nashville to work on developing their networks and getting their songs out there. Really exciting. This will be the first trip coming up on September 13th. And we have one songwriter coming with us for this first trip. We have room for 3, so we still have room for a couple people if you want to come and join us. The trip is, I'll talk a little bit about that first. It's pretty exciting. Before I do that, I better start with this, because this is what all good YouTubers do, is what I've been learning, is make sure if you like the content that I'm putting out, subscribe please to the channel. That'll definitely help me get to more people. And also like this episode, if you will, and then also click on the notifications. That way you'll know when new stuff is coming out. But generally, we put out our podcast, at least this is the plan, Sunday on Sunday. Will come out on Sundays at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every Sunday. So this is going to air this coming Sunday, which is the 8th of September. That's when it'll initially air. And we're excited. Our first episode did really well for a first episode, and our second episode, it's only been out a couple days, and it's already surpassed the first episode in views. So thanks very much. Of course, that has a lot to do with our guest artist on episode 2. That was Tim Longden, phenomenal singer-songwriter, and an interesting guy too. So it was a fun episode, and I thank Tim a lot for joining us for that one. So let's talk a little bit more about this Nashville trip. We are going, like I said, every month, and it really is an extension of what I've been doing over the last few years. I've been going to Nashville and developing my own personal network, learning the studios out there, and getting artists to work with me, collaborating in some songwriting, trying to get my songs pitched, going to listening rooms, etc. So that's what we're going to be doing. This will give you an idea. First, we're driving because we're going to take our equipment, including our portable studio, which I'll explain that to you in a little bit. But our instruments we'll take with us and all that. So it's just a lot easier to drive with all the equipment that we're taking each trip. And like I said, we have room for 4 people, myself and 3 other songwriters. Or even 2 other songwriters and an extra person that maybe, somebody's wife or spouse or girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever, they can come along as well. So we leave on a Friday afternoon. We get there Saturday around midday, and the first thing that we are going to do, park the car, grab our instruments, and go head right down on Broadway and find some places. There's a million of them that are doing live music, but some place that will have us. And we'll go up on stage and just jam a little bit, play, try to make some music, and meet people. That's just what you do. Then our Saturday, we'll go to our Airbnb that we have reserved right in the next town over in Murfreesboro. We have a really nice little 3-bedroom house with a nice living room and an extra den. So that's where we're going to put our recording studio. And everybody's got their own separate bedroom, so it's really, really nice. Then Saturday night, we're going to a open mic that also has a songwriter listening round afterwards. We haven't been invited to listening rounds yet. We're going to be invited to. We sign up for the open mic. That's what we're doing Saturday night. On Sunday, we're doing kind of the same thing. We have 2 of them planned on Sunday, one in the afternoon and one in the evening. We're going to 2 more open mics, again, to meet people, play our songs, get out there and network. And then on Monday, first thing we're going to be doing is a studio tour at a gentleman by the name of Chris Condon. He's a tremendous session guitar player, producer, music director. He actually before the pandemic, I think he's still doing this. He was the music director for Billy Ray Cyrus, and he did the tours with him. But he's got a phenomenal studio. You may have seen it on Andrew Masters' Epic Home Studio tours a couple of years ago. A few years ago, that's how I first saw Chris, and I had him. I was fortunate enough during the pandemic, he had a little time, so he's been on a few of my demo recordings, which is, I couldn't be happier with his playing. So we're going to spend a little time with him. We're going to leave there, and then we're heading to BMI, Broadcast Music Inc., and we're going to talk to the people there, talk about how we can get our music organized through them and licensed through them. There's a path to do that, and it helps us to legitimize our music as we possibly get it into the hands of publishing companies or management groups, etc. Then Monday night, we hope to be at the Bluebird Cafe. Well, we will plan to be at the Bluebird. We hope to be able to play a song at their open mic. There's quite a process to that, and we know what it is, and we're going to hopefully jump through the correct hoops to get on stage that first time we're there. And then Tuesday morning, we're going to do a recording session at our own home studio at our Airbnb. We have a friend of ours from Nashville that's going to come and join us, a female vocalist, Megan Frechette, who is actually on a few of my songs and has collaborated with both Tim Longden and myself in the past. And after that, we're going to go, we'll check out in the afternoon, then we're heading to one other open mic on Tuesday evening outside of Nashville. And then after we finish that open mic on Tuesday, we're heading all the way back home. And we'll drive till we get tired, kind of take a little time off the road, and then we'll be back. More than likely, we'll be back by Wednesday night, maybe Thursday morning, into Connecticut. So that's our first trip, and we're going to do something like that every single month. And we usually go the second full weekend of the month. So this month it's the 13th. I think in October we're leaving the 11th, but it's around that same time every month. We're not going to go in December. It's just a little too crazy in December, but it's going to be every month other than that. So that's kind of exciting. Now I'd like to switch gears a little bit and tell you about the portable recording studio we're taking with us. So just so we have some creative time, more than just we can use our cell phone and put sketch ideas in things, but it'd be nice to have a recording studio. So we do have. It used to be my mobile rig that I use in a RV, a van, a Class B van that I had when right before the pandemic I had purchased to go around and do some remote recordings. It turned out my wife didn't really like the RV life too much, so we decided the van life wasn't going to be for us. So that's now gone, but the equipment is here in my studio. It's my B room now, and I've got a nice little rig that we're going to take with us to Nashville. It's very simple, and I'll show you everything in a bit, but it starts with my MacBook Pro laptop running Logic Pro, and then it connects to an Apogee Duet 3 audio interface, which I think is really one of the best values. It's such clean, beautiful AD to D to A converters, and it's just a seamless, simple to use interface, and it's relatively cost effective for what you get. I'll also we'll have, this will be an in the box kind of setup. It's mostly just for tracking, capturing ideas, and maybe a little mix down for fun. And also we have a Grace Designs monitor controller. I could have gone right out the Duet, but I like using the Grace Designs. It gives you a little more flexibility, gives us 2 headphones out, which really all we're going to need for this kind of a setup. Bringing a couple monitors with us, some very inexpensive JBL 305Ps. They're clean, they're good for near field. It's not going to be for mixing, it's just so we can audition our work. Bringing 2 keyboards with us. I like to use an Akai MPK Mini that I use. It's got some the drum pads on it, and it's a good size to sit on your desktop, and you can get some work done. But we're also bringing a 88-key Yamaha keyboard with us, so there'll be a piano there. I play piano, and if other people in the house that may come by to visit and jam with us, want to play piano, we have that as well. And then, of course, there's a couple sets of headphones. One of them are Slate. I use the Slate headphones that has the modeling situation, which is really wonderful. You can model different rooms, and you can really do a great mix in the box with those. I've been having a lot of fun with that. As far as a microphone, I'm just bringing one microphone with us. It's a great UAD Sphere DLX, I believe it's called. It's a stereo modeling microphone. On its own, you get an incredibly crystal clear sound. But then when you use all the different models, you can emulate really great sounding, classic, expensive microphones. And it's really kind of fun to do that. So we'll use that mic. I use that. That's kind of becoming my go-to mic in the main studio as well. It's just such a beautiful mic to work with. And then finally, what I'll pack with us is we have a portable isolation booth or vocal booth that we're going to bring with us. So that way, if we do want to get a demo done really quick for some reason, or in the case of Megan Frechette, I don't get to work with her that much, so we'll track a couple of her vocals on a couple songs. It's a real great isolation booth. We can get a very nice dry sound. It's a really nicely designed. It's very simple to put it up and take it down. So we're going to use that. Oh, I almost forgot. One other thing that we have on the desktop is the brand new Nectar CS12. That's made by a company called Panorama. And this thing is an incredible controller. I've tried them all, ladies and gentlemen, believe me. And some work pretty well, some work not so great. But this was specifically designed to function with Logic Pro. And I got to tell you, it's incredible. It locks everything up. You have complete control over all your plugins. It's got a great transport. It's got a really good one fader for doing automation, things like that. I really like it. It's at the center of my desktop for this in-the-box kind of setup. Then also we'll be taking some, stands for the monitors, cords, cables. I'll bring some kind of a surge protector with me. I've got a couple different 8-channel portable ones, a couple hard disks, and that's and a mic stand, of course. But that's pretty much it, and we'll have a really nice setup. I already checked it out. The place has a good kitchen table that I'll move into the den, and we'll use that for our desk in there. So we're looking forward to that. That's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm going to move the camera around now, and I will show you I'm just taking a quick look to make sure I didn't forget anything. That's pretty much it. Okay, so I'm going to move the camera around a bit and show you everything. Okay, so yeah, I might even take the monitor. I might take that monitor. Here's our M2 Apple Silicon MacBook Pro. I'm really happy with that machine. This is our Duet 3, the Apogee. Awesome interface. And right below it is the Grace Designs monitor controller. Notice it's got 2 headphone out, which is really very helpful. Then for monitors, as I mentioned, those inexpensive JBL 305Ps. I know it's kind of dark. Can you see that? All right. And then here's one of the keyboards. That's the Akai MPK Mini. It's a great little keyboard. I like it for doing bass lines and quick little lines. I just actually recorded a woodwind trio for one of our charts just today using that. It was pretty fun. And here's the Yamaha 88 key that we'll be bringing. Yep, 88 of them. Did you count them? There they are. Okay, and then here's the Nectar. I don't know if I can get. Can you see it? I hope you can see it okay. And then finally, I'll probably bring my wireless keyboard there. All right, so let's get this back. I don't know if it's lined up. Right now we're doing this very, very casually. I'm really trying to do these podcasts without too much editing, because you probably noticed on the second podcast, I don't know what the heck I'm doing yet with Final Cut Pro. I'm learning though. And for the next week's episode, I have to do a lot of editing, so that's going to be, and that's going to air while we're away. And then our fifth episode is going to be all about our actual Nashville trip. We'll take a lot of footage, but I better learn about Final Cut Pro in the next week or so, or we're going to be in trouble. Anyhow, so that's pretty much all I wanted to say for this episode, this podcast. Really, I want to remind you, please subscribe and please like the video, and come back and share it with your friends. I appreciate it. We're building that community, that songwriters community. Episode 4, which I mentioned, is really kind of exciting to many of us. It's about our songwriting community and one particular location that we've kind of adopted. And I'll talk a lot more about that. But we've adopted a place in Meriden, Connecticut called the Downtown Coffee Shop. And 25 to 30 of us converge there every Saturday morning from 11 to 1. We hang out, we network, we have a great time. We sit together. It doesn't matter, if there's an empty seat, anybody's welcome to come and sit. People that know each other or don't, we meet each other. And there's always live music every Saturday. And Terry LaChance, and you're going to meet here on my podcast next week, although many of you watching this probably already know her. We interview her in episode 4, as well as many other songwriters, to talk about this community that's building, and also the songwriters in the kitchen community. So definitely come back for episode 4. Again, thank you very much for watching the podcast. And this is Leo Sunday saying thank you very much, and Sunday on Sunday. Have a great rest of your day.